And it's 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go for Mexico. Samim gets a good start. James, though, on the other hand, doesn't get as well start as he wants. And AT and Elos side by side down the main straight. AT catching on to the Aston Martin. He's going to challenge him into turn 1. Samim losing out on straight line speed. He's going to be challenged in turn 1 maybe. He has to defend and goes off the track. And that allows James to maintain his P2. And AT to once again try get that hunt down onto the Aston Martin. But he does clear that Alpine through the first corner. And it's been relatively clean for all the drivers, as James now begins his hunt for Samim and AT begins his hunt for James. Luca and Rollo into turn 1. Luca down the inside of Rollo. Rollo keeping it up the inside. Pushes off Luca. And Rollo manages to maintain that position. But Blaze also now gets a better run down the second DRS straight. And is in the slipstream of Luca. But Luca, using that overtake, is just going to get that move done. Lepson gets the move done on Blaze, who is too eager on his own battle for P11, and he gets pushed off the track, but he gives up that position as Luca and Rollo once again going for that battle. Rollo pushes Luca off the track again and loses that position to Blaze and Lepson, dropping him down into P4. Look at that in a second. A Skrull is going to go, he's going to go for the switchback on Dragonflies, and what a move. And he defends that very nicely, and his charge up the field is continuing. Running the system of Rollo, is he going to go for the late move down the inside? He's going to dunce him into a move, and he's going to let Rollo force him to give him space, and beautifully manages to get side by side and will get the DRS. Or does he? No, he doesn't. But there's a massive battle now for P10, that final point position. Everyone wanted that singular point to take it home for the team. Rollo runs wide. Luca also goes in deep and spins off. And Stone Age round the outside gets a move done on Blaze. There's been a change for P2. Samim spins out. AT now on P2. James, the new race leader. AT is going to be charging him down for that DRS and to try and take that P1. But more importantly, Opa now running up in P4. Great start from him. And Samim running 5 seconds or maybe even 7 seconds off of the lead. That spin has cost him quite a bit. And in the strategy game, it's going to cost him a lot as well. Accurate. Showing that Samim is showing the inconsistency after winning in Monza, and Queen Stonehenge trying to get the better exit on the teammate. Gets the move done in the final corner. Did Rollo let him past or not? As Luca now all over the rear of the Ferrari is going to get him with the DRS. Actually, I don't even think he needed the DRS. Blaze, though, with the DRS as well, is going to try and go for the move on Rollo, and is once again going to drop out 2 positions on that main straight and round the outside. He's going to try get the inside line for turn 2. Does so very nicely and secures that P13. The Stonehenge now being hunted down by Luca for P11, and Lepson managed to detach himself from the battle for P10. And Skrull and Jill Beppo, well, that might even be Dryzen, going side by side as Beppo is trying to maximise that exit. Pitted now, I think, and do not have to pit again. But it'll probably be likely with the tyre deck, and Jill Beppo trying to go for a very late move down the inside, manages to force, not even force, trick dodge into going off the track. And Skrull and Samim fighting for the position. Skrull gets the overtake done on Samim. Samim does not want this. Samim needs to get that overtake done again, but he will get that second helping of DRS, the Haas driver, and that's going to leave Samim in the dust for Skrull. Down the main straight, 3 times this gap. Surely this is easy pickings for the Haas driver, and it is, as Dryzen really unable to defend that whatsoever as that DRS gets opened. Dryzen will try to take that inside line, but he just sees that Haas driver again and again and again. Is he going to drop in that slipstream, or is he going to try to hold his own line? He is going to try force Skrull into a mistake and go down the inside, and that only would end badly for him. I mean, it was a good attempt at all. There's been a change for the lead into the final corner. AT takes the lead off James. James must have had an error, but now it's James's time to run in that dirty yell. Will he get him back straight away? Actually, no. AT gets the DRS, which means he's going to be able to pull away, or at least maintain that P1 for the lap. Mid-race interview. No, AT gets a bit slidey there. The boxer's curse has came into play, and with the slipstream, James down the inside of AT is going to challenge for that P1 once again, and AT holding the zone very nicely. James trying to go for the switchback, will have to sit behind, but AT nearly lost it all with that tiny mistake. Wow. As he's got the DRS. Run in that slipstream of Lepson. And down the inside. He's going to get that move done very nicely into turn 1. He will get that second held in the DRS again. He's got that DRS then. Let's see as he goes past it. Oh. Yeah, Beppo out of the session. Will that be a safety car? There is a full course safety car now out on the track. And that will come to relief for Samim, Elos, and especially James. But it'll come to the distraught of 18. Surely 18 has to go for some sort of alternate strategy if he wants to come out with this victory. And dives into the pit lane. Let's see what Tyler's going to put on. Will James come into the pits as well? James is going to come into the pits. Will Elos and Samim come into the pits? I think Elos could gain the lead, but he will be at a massive disadvantage to AT on the softs. And James also coming on to the soft. And there we go. He's went very early, and has James caught him? He might have caught him off guard a bit, but James with the slipstream might be able to charge him down into turn 1. I think AT might have been able to hold the zone though. Let's see if anyone's charging each other down into the turn 1. And Queen Dunwich out the session on the main straight. Had a collision, surely. No safety car though, very nice. And that is one of the Ferraris definitely out of the points, and there's been no position changes going through turn 1. And Samim gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's a 6 seconds in penalties. That's going to be great for Lepson, who's charging just behind. And now for Nova Gibson, down the inside of Luca. He's going to try get him on the brakes and goes side by side. And, oh, Luca forces them off the track. But Nova Gibson remaining down the inside. Goes Samim and gets 2 overtakes in 1 corner. That's an amazing overtake. But we're still got to remember, he is losing out on penalties. And Lepson also makes 2 overtakes to get himself up into P on Samim. And is doing some great progress. And Skirl out of the session. Oh, will that be another safety car? It's going to be another safety car. And once again, it's going to be very haunting for that McLaren driver. As alert as you might have wanted to be. And now, as the race gets underway once again, Luca spins out, Blaze spins out as well. And that's a position loss for them two. And James charging down into turn 1, won't be able to get the move done. Samim might be charging down on Eloso. And Lepson trying to just stay and maintain the gap. If we start the penultimate race of this, the penultimate lap of this race has begun, and it's a 5-car battle for the finish. You go into James, so he's gonna have to pray on a James mistake, or maybe even on him to just gain a bit more. But it's gonna be very close at this finish, and Samim once again trying to battle Elos, hoping Elos makes that mistake, and he's going to go down the inside into stadium. And when he get it done, no he doesn't, and AT is going to round the final corner, but he will not win the race. And oh, he gets a bit slidey on the exit, and that might be better for Lepson. As he rounds the final corner, he doesn't win the race. James is going to momentarily take it, but for Lepson, as he crosses the finish line, will he win? He comes second. What will the gap be between these two? 8/10 of a second or 9/10 of a second. And once again, another very close finish in this race. But Lepson, what a great drive to take P2, and James wins the race after a splendid 3.9 second gain after that safety car came in.